this is You Ooze, You Lose with another Casual Deck Fun Deck. This time around, we're doing something a little different. Well, very different. I'm going to be recording a gameplay video as I actually play the game. Recently, I've been getting a decent amount of comments from you viewers, and one of them was from a user named Pillow676 who wanted me to test out a deck list that they had. The main idea behind the deck is to use and abuse Amulet of Vigor's multiple trigger effect with Oran Reef, the Vastwood, as well as other come into play tapped lands. For those of you who don't know, Amulet of Vigor, the ability stacks. So if you have 4 amulets out and something that comes into play tapped, it will untap 4 times. The trigger will affect it 4 times. So the deck I've tested out at least once. It's one I normally play in casual decks. I don't really do a lot of my testing doesn't occur in testing for competitive. But today I'm gonna still stick with the casual deck section, but I'm going to record as I play. So let's test this out, and then what I'll do is I have actually had an idea for come into play tapped Amulet of Vigor deck, and I'll put that back together again and record that. So let's go. Okay, so we're back, and this is going to be hard for me. I've never really recorded as I played, so just bear with me for this video. But with the Expedition map and an Oran Reef in my hand, as well as a Venser and 2 Squadron Hawks, I think I'm going to keep this hand, so I'm not going to mulligan. They get to play first. And they're playing Oran Reef, so this should be interesting. So I think leading with an Oran Reef is the best way to go as well, since Seachrome Coast will come into play untapped, and then I can... My opponent just said, well, how's about that? So Seachrome Coast will be the next that I play with a Squadron Hawk, especially since I need to have something to block that Arbor Elf. Well, I don't think I'm going to waste. I don't think I'm going to waste this Squadron Hawk, really. But then again, it will replicate itself, so it depends on what he plays next. And I'll just grab one right now. Yeah, because if I pulled another one, I would have 8, and then I have to discard. Plus, if I do Expedition map, then playing the next Squadron Hawk will let me shuffle, so... If only Oran Reef was counted as a forest, Arbor Elf would be sick. And now you get to hear my dog. Okay. Well, definitely going to play Razor Verge Thicket. And then attack Garrick. Because I do not want him to have all those counters. And I think next will be playing Expedition Map. And let's think for a second. What is he going to do next? I mean, does he have Vengevine? Do I want to... Do I need any lands right now? No. I think we're good on the lands. And I think I'm just going to play Squadron Hawk right now. I'll just grab that. Let's see, he's got 3 forests. So he's got 4, 5, 7 mana. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a Titan. So far, what I'm finding with just this hand is that if you don't get an Amulet of Vigor right away, well, a bunch of things. One, it's the deck pillow is a mishmash. I mean, the idea is dealing with tokens. Not really. I don't think the Amulet of Vigor is that strong of a deck in the way that you've built it. I feel like it's a mishmash of ideas. I feel like you need to decide on what it is that you want to be doing with your deck. You can do the Amulet of Vigor Manland deck, which I've played before and I've had, and I could re-pull that deck up again. Or you can do an Amulet of Vigor come into play tap deck, which I've done before. I forget the name of the card, but there's a Rise of the Eldrazi card that's 5/5 flying for 3 converted mana cost, blue card that comes into play tapped and untaps every time you're targeted, I believe. And that's a fun deck to play. But right now I'm finding that this deck is just a little bit too slow, a little bit all over the place. And yeah, it's just I just feel like I'm going to get handed next turn because let's see. 3/3. Well, let's see what he can do here. If he can pull by attacking with the elf if he has a land next turn. That's 6. And that's 5. Now, yeah, that's 6 and 5. So, let's see what I could do here. I can add the Squadron Hawks, which will do absolutely nothing. Well, I definitely need to attack Garrick. And the lower I make him, the more manageable he'll be. Oh, I totally forgot that Venser only exiles target permanents I own. So I'm dead. There's no way to defeat him. So gonna say good game on this. I'll play, since this was pretty quick, I'll play one more game, and um, and then I'll build my own style Amulet of Vigor deck.